I have too many windows open. Cora, can you hear me? Hey, girl. Hi, it's good to see you. I can't hear you though.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing? It's so good to see you. Hi, sweetheart.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. Oh my gosh, how are things at the goat farm? Can you hear me, Cora? Cora.
Ken, you're kind of going in or out. Hold on. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to stop that. You're kind of going in or out. Let me turn my TV off so I've got better streaming going on.
That might be a little bit helpful. Yeah, it's good to see you, girl.
It's so good to see you. Oh, wait, let me turn this off.
Good. So I'm going to go ahead and get us started with Teetotaling Tuesdays here. And so my name is Crystalline Bell. We are meeting on the second and fourth Tuesday of every month to teetotal. Today I'm totaling water because that's all I can really figure out how to make, considering I'm selling everything in my apartment. We could also call it happy hour, okay? Because Cora, where you are, it's 6 o'clock or 7, right? Yeah, 6 o'clock. It's party time, okay? It's unwinding time, let's say, all right? But what we do on the second and fourth Tuesday of every month is we basically get together and just talk about something that pertains to spirituality. And today I thought we'd do a show and tell and just kind of talk about our favorite spiritual tools and how we use them, why we use them, and just to give us a chance to just kind of talk. So you are invited to join me on Zoom, or you can just chat in the live stream. And yeah, okay. So today I've got with me Cora Moore. And Cora, why don't you unmute yourself and tell us where you are and what you do.
Hi, everybody. My name is Cora, and I am in a little town in Middle Tennessee called Baxter. I am an online college professor, and I also have a small nonprofit care farm where we do animal education, goat therapy, and animal Reiki. So our whole mission is about creating a healing space for animals, humans, and nature. So we mostly do goat therapy.
I love it. I love it. And Cora and I met last year, or maybe the year even before that now. And she's got this beautiful farm with all these beautiful goats. And, you know, there was a point where she had baby goats. She got a donkey, and she does, people come over and they do goat therapy, goat yoga, like yoga with the goats, and all kind of things. And it's called Faerie Farm. Faerie Farm. Beautiful, beautiful location. Well, I'll put a link also to the website in the, I'll put that in the feed or in the comments for the Facebook session, okay? I'll get it from you later though, Cora. But for right now, so look, this whole thing that we're going to be doing today is really, you know, Teetotaling Tuesdays is just a chance for us to get together and just talk about something and see what inspires us. And I'm going to start us off by telling you about my favorite spiritual tool. And here's the thing. Spiritual tools can be anything. They can be crystals. They can be essential oils. They can be books, sacred writings. They can be all kinds of things. But what's important is that you and that thing have some kind of a relationship that is important to you, and that you can understand that thing when it is talking to you. So what I have found is that when I am working with essential oils in particular, there is a spirit that goes around the essential oil. And when I'm inhaling, I feel like there's a spirit that's entering me. I feel something shifting in my brain. Certain things are activated. My my chakras respond, all this kind of thing. So as you're sitting and watching and thinking about your tools, just kind of think about all the different tools that you have. There was a point where my iPhone, actually this is my new iPhone, but it was actually my old iPhone. This is I don't know, this is maybe a 10. I don't know. No, this I think is I don't know. This old iPhone, this guy, there was a point when I was walking around Europe and this thing was doing stuff with me all the time. It was taking photographs. It was me recording, business plans in a note app here. It was me communicating with friends, all around the world. I was doing client sessions from this thing, sometimes sitting in a cafe, sometimes just walking down the street. And of course, my tarot cards are in here. I was looking up information here. And what I realized a couple of years ago is that my phone is something that I treat that's very sacred and personal. And it will, sometimes Siri will come up and she'll be like, yeah, what do you want? And I'm like, wait a second, I didn't actually ask for you, but now that you mention it, Siri, I could really use some kind of bit of information, okay? So that is a really good kind of feeling to have. It's a connection with something that's very personal and very intimate. That is what your spiritual tools become, okay? So I'm going to start off and I'm going to just talk about tarot cards today because they are my premium, like my primary spiritual tool that I just love. And I have right here, I have 7 decks of tarot cards. I'm not going to tell you about all 7 decks. That's not really what I'm going to show and tell. But I am going to talk about maybe 1 or 2 of the decks. But my relationship with tarot as a whole is very much about, I started reading in 1992, and back then I did not understand the language of tarot. I didn't understand it, I couldn't feel it, but I got a lot of benefit from it, a lot. Now, as the years progressed and I stayed with it, I realized that there were certain patterns to the way that I would feel and the way I would think, and the cards seemed to magically reflect my feelings and my thinking. And I noticed that when I was antsy or agitated or upset, right? And now on the surface, in my own mind, I'm fine. Oh, I got this. I got this. I'm good. I'm good. I got this, right? But inside, there was a kind of frenetic, upset energy. And the cards always revealed what was going on at the deepest level of my being. So it didn't just say, hey, if I was like, I'm good, I'm good. What it would do is not give me a positive affirmative card like the Empress. It might give me a card that was more along the lines of the reversed Queen of Wands. Now, don't worry if you don't understand exactly what I'm saying with those cards. But if you know tarot, then you would know that the reverse Queen of Wands is kind of an effed up woman. All right, something's wrong. Okay, so learning that was really important for me as a card reader, and it helped me to deepen my relationship with my cards. And to this day, so I started reading in 1992. I was 22 years old, and now I'm almost 52. I'm 51. So that means I've been reading for 29 years. Wow. And I still have my original deck from 1992. It's 30 years old, and it smells really good. It smells like paper, and it's the cards kind of are very stiff. They stick together, but it's a really good feeling. And there's a lot of energy with that old deck of cards. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about my cards, but later I want to give my girl Cora a chance to jump on and talk about what her spiritual tools are, and maybe even her own power object, if you have a power object, Cora.
Of course. Well, first I want to say that what you're talking about told me first about the essential oils. It's kind of ironic because I started getting into making the goat milk soap, and so the smells I have are like specific essential oil blends. So I have like Happy Goat, Dreamy Goat, and Lucky Goat, and so the Happy Goat is like rosemary, and I can't remember what else, but it's like, the whole point is when you smell it, it's supposed to put you in a better, the Dreamy Goat is about like helping you go to sleep at night. And then the Lucky Goat is about like, that's really cool. And then, so I'm almost 43, and I've been reading tarot since I was about 18 or 19. I still have the same deck, but it's not quite the same one. This is probably my third incarnation of it because, just over the years I've lost him and stuff. But this is called the Sacred Circle Tarot. And I won't show you all of them, but it's got a lot of like European Celtic symbolism. So it's got a lot of European Celtic symbolism. So when you look at the book, it talks a lot about like different herbs and like animals, and then it gives you like the tarot meanings and stuff to them. And then I also have my Faerie oracles, and I've had this deck for at least, both of these are the new ones I've had for at least 10 years because I managed to lose them. And I love these cards. The author of these is a guy named Brian Frode, and he's really big in like fairy lore. He did like a lot of work with Jim Henson, so like the Dark Crystal and the Labyrinth. This is the guy that did those, and then his wife is named Wendy Frode, and she did Yoda from Star Wars. And so they have a lot of like what, I don't know what you call it, Crystal Lynn, but it's like the geometry, kind of like symbolism of the universe in the cards.
Sacred geometry.
Yeah, sacred geometry, that's it. And then they do like a lot of stuff on anthropology and kind of Jungian type symbols in them. So they're really cool cards, and I use both of those, and that's pretty much daily practice for me, is playing with my cards. Absolutely. And then I'm not sure if I've ever shown you this, but this is my own invention, and it is not a Ouija board. It is called it's like a nature spirit kind of fairy communication board. So it's very fairy because we go around and we have the alphabets, but it's going counterclockwise, not, like normal clockwise. And then it has each of the 4 elements and Akasha in the middle. It has numbers on it too. That, that I'm still working out. I don't quite know what those mean. But as far as the letter goes, those are a kind of numerology, kind of tarot inspired.
Wow, Cora, that is incredible. I love it so much. It's not only is it beautiful, but it's beautiful. It's magical. I can feel it. Now, Cora, are you frozen? Can you hear me?
I can. Let me turn my video off because I am having some trouble here. Is
Yeah,
that better? You can probably hear me better.
I can hear you better. Yes, but I'm so glad. You just gave so much. I want to make a note here on the Facebook Live, okay, on the chat. Uh-oh, I hope I'm still broadcasting live. What happened? Oh, it says live on Facebook. I better double check. Let me just see if I'm, yeah, I'm still here. So I'm gonna just actually, yeah, that's perfect. So Cora, what is the name of the first tarot deck that you mentioned? Cora, are you there? Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Cora, can you hear me?
Say that again, sweetheart. I'm having a little trouble hearing you. For some reason, my internet's acting a little weird right now.
Okay. Yeah, so I asked you the name of your two tarot decks again.
They are the Sacred Circle Tarot and the Fairies Oracle deck by Brian Frode.
The Fairies Oracle deck.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. All right, very good. That's beautiful. And I love the two decks that you're using. I gotta check them out. I will check them out, especially the ones from the Star Wars creators or the contributors. I think that's so very cool.
Oh, it is.
Right. And you said, did you say also from the Muppets? Uh-oh. Cora, can you hear me?
Yes, they actually they did work with Jim Henson in the Muppets, and what they're known for is it's called the Dark Crystal and the Labyrinth, which was it had David Bowie in it.
Yes, I remember that. I totally remember that. He had the big makeup and the big hair. It looked very 80s. Oh, now you're muted, Cora. I'm not sure if you know you're muted. Okay, I'm not sure if you can hear me or not. So I'm gonna go ahead and look, Cora, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your fairy board communication system, which I think is just absolutely incredible. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, because you're muted. I'm not sure if you knew that. Maybe you're just not trying to talk right now. So I'm gonna add the name Brian Frode to the Facebook chat or the Facebook live stream. So anyone who wants to check out that deck, particularly me, can do so. All right. So, and Cora, again, your fairy board is marvelous. It's so beautiful, and congratulations on, boy, being so clever enough to actually create that on your own. That's just very cool. Okay, very cool. Now, so I'm going to, I'll talk about my, some of my decks. Like I said, I've got 7 decks here. Now look, this one is brand new in box, okay? It's still got the plastic saran wrap on it. I saw the deck in action and I said, I must have that deck. I like the way the deck is written. And I like the messages that were coming from it. So I said, let me grab it while I have it. It's the Power Animals Oracle deck, right? And so I just wanted to make sure I had it when the time comes. I've had it now for probably a year, but I've not opened it. Just hasn't called to me, but it will. And when it calls, I will be there. Or when I call, it will be there. This one is the Black Moon Astrology. It's another one that I don't use very often, but I like the messaging. It works, it brings astrology into and mixes it with, not with tarot, but it's an oracle deck, right? So I don't think there are any any tarot references in this particular deck. But again, sometimes I just want to talk to the planets and the stars. So it's great to have a deck that actually does that. This is the Black Moon Astrology cards. And this is the Numinous. This is another one that's based on astrology. These were all recommendations by friends that they resonated with me. So I went ahead and grabbed them. Again, not using them very much right now. The time will come, but not quite yet. Now, this one is a deck that I got very recently. It's called the Goddess Oracle, and it's by Colette Baron Reed. And Colette Baron Reed, I don't know if you know her, but she also did the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle. And this one is super Celtic-y. Cora, you might like that one as well. I love it. I love the Celtic stuff. I love the Druid stuff. So she did the two of these. I think this is a better deck than this one. The messages here are a little bit short. I am someone who takes a lot from the written word. I'm very cerebral. So when I'm accessing my spirituality, my mind has to come along with me. So when I'm reading, I like to feel my senses, feel my intuition. And then I bring in my mind to kind of process and to observe and to, chew on things, this kind of stuff. So, so I tend to like tarot decks that give me a lot of writing and a lot of verbal or word prompts to get me opening up. So anyway, this goddess deck is really lovely. It's just, it's all goddesses. There's some interesting goddesses in there that I've never heard of before, so it's really been fun. Even though the messages are short in here, she kind of goes really deep and to the point just very quickly. She's kind of like, I'm getting ready to cut you right now. Here you go, you've been cut. And it's like, oh, okay, I gotcha. So that is the Goddess Oracle. I want to check in here with Cora. She's typing me some feedback in the chats because the internet is not working so well. She says she can hear me. It's like you like the Celtic stuff too. Yeah. I like having written guides as well. She says they help inspire and create the story. Absolutely, so beautifully said, Cora. That is absolutely the truth. It helps to be seen. It helps to be witnessed. And they do that by writing, and it helps to bring out the truth of the message as it rests inside of us. It helps us give birth to the message so that we can really fully understand it. So that's fantastic. Very well said. Cora, I want to see if there are any other tools that you use that maybe you want to share, even if you don't have them physically with you right now, if there are any that you want to talk about. Or you can type in the message and I can read it out to you if you think it's not going to be very clear.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can. I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay. So I think that probably other tools that we use for our spiritual development are things like mindfulness practices, and then kind of on the physical level, crystals. I've got like some different gemstones and crystals that I like to use. And then, just probably what I call my own little like magic spells, because there's a lot of power in just setting out intentions and speaking intentions and having your kind of like mind and emotion in the right place, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So like, all of that. Yeah, like I think that all of those are kind of divination tools that we can use too. And just on my first point there, like mindfulness practices, I think it's important that we do stuff that help ground and center us. And I do practice mindfulness. And of course, I do a lot of that with the animals. And then with the like animal Reiki stuff that we do, I think there's a lot of spiritual and soul development there, and that's all animals. Me, I'm just
Cora, I just lost your voice.
I feel very grateful to be able to go into our little mindful space. Oh, can you hear me now?
I can. I heard that last part where you said you like to be able to go into a mindful space. Can't hear anything right now if you're saying anything. All right, so thank you very much, Cora. That is very true.
Thank you.
Yeah, what I hear you saying is that there is you recognize that one of your best spiritual tools lie inside of you, your mindfulness, your ability to access your breath, to just be present, best spiritual tools at all, of all, right? I think that also, you know, understanding that spirit is with us always and that everything is an expression of spirit and therefore everything can be a tool. So when you feel alone, reaching out for something can be helpful to help bring peace of mind, to help take the edge off of a certain state that you're in, right? To help calm anxiety, to give you courage, things like that. I've gotten into these kind of little bracelets that they're just wrap bracelets and with stones, and they're just simple. But for right now, they're extremely grounding for me. And I need to be grounded because the butterfly in me is getting ready to fly. And it helps to have these little guys around to help me remember, that I'm here on earth and that I have responsibility to the earth, right? So, even a piece of jewelry can be so very powerful and helpful. And so the pen told me, wasn't this pen, I think it was maybe this pen, one of these pens told me, they said, hey, we're tools too, not just for writing, but for helping you channel. So one of the things, like when if you're a writer, I write a blog, I'm always creating things in writing. One of the best tools when you're writing and creating and working on the computer is to pick up your pen. Like if you are stuck, if you're blocked, if you're working on a problem and you're typing and you can't get to the problem and it's just not going right, our spirit guide pen says, hey, I'm a tool, bring me out with a piece of paper and let's write it out, right? This will help open up a different aspect of your mind and get your mind flowing so that you can be more proactive. And Cora says the pen is mightier than the sword, right? Well, yes, and sometimes you need two of them together, the sword of your mind and and a pen, because if you go out there trying to hit things with your head, it ain't gonna work, but this pen is sure gonna give you a great outlet, okay? So the thing I wanna show you next is, I've got two decks that are very, very personal to me. We've been talking a lot about the Druids and Celtic stuff. So I'm using I have here also the Druid Craft Tarot. This is like my #1 go-to deck. And I got the, this is probably my third version of this because I keep either giving them away or losing them, like they dematerialize. I don't know what's up with my tarot decks dematerializing, but they be dematerializing. The ones in form, it's happened several times and it's weird. But I told you I like things that have a lot of writing. Well, this is the book for the Druid Craft Tarot. And the author is Philip and Stephanie Carr-Baum, and they go into really great detail about the cards and about the history and about the symbols that are contained within the cards. So I really, really, really love this particular deck. The cards are very colorful. This is, I have this deck on all of my devices. So I have it on my phone, I have it on my iPad, and then I have the physical paper deck. But the colors are very striking. It's just a nice, colorful deck. The images are very sweet. Not this one. This is a hard image, of course, but it's the tower, so it would be kind of hard. But there's a lot of, you can see the people in the deck. It's very much about kind of showing the human emotion as as you're experiencing, reading from this particular deck. So that is one of my primary tools, and like I said, I use it on my laptop. On my phone as well as my iPad. And then this one, this is an old deck. It's called the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. It's based on tarot. And Druidcraft is a proper tarot. The Goddess Oracle is not a tarot deck, it's an oracle deck. But the Psychic Tarot and the Druidcraft Tarot are proper tarot decks. So Psychic Tarot is written by John Holland. And again, the images are also very, very colorful. And the messages that he gives are, his book is actually quite small, okay? The book itself is quite small, like it's a little mini book, okay? And the messages are just about about a page, right? Like there's one message from here to here, but there's something about how he has taken the most important things and the story this guy tells in this deck and his guidance. It's wonderfully accurate to the point where I might be saying something out loud and he's got the exact words written in here. It's amazing. So this deck is very precious to me. I have it also digital and physical form. And I use my tarot cards pretty much every single day, and have been practically every single day for the last 30 years. I also read professionally for people. I started reading professionally, like full time, doing several readings for clients every week, probably about 20 years ago. So I've been reading for myself. I started off reading for myself, then I went into reading professionally. And now, even to this day, I use these cards in the middle of my healing sessions, in the middle of a coaching session. It's a great way for me to bring in guidance. So they are one of my primary tools. All right. Awesome. So Cora, is there anything else that you might want to share with us that's coming up for you?
No, not really. I mean, I'm definitely resonating with everything you said. and go back to that point you said about just the point you're making about having those books. And I think that's probably to people, maybe if I can impart this to people who are wanting to learn tarot or just starting out with it, that it's not so important that you memorize what that book says, but it's more about creating that story, and like you said, how you feel and resonate with the card too. And if you just keep yourself open and trust what the universe is telling you, you use that written guide to guide you, but you also use a lot of your own imagination and activity to create that story. Does that make sense?
It 100% makes sense. It's a beautifully articulated statement, of love. That's a very loving statement, because what you're doing is giving the person permission to not know how to read cards and to be able to read cards, and I think you're absolutely correct, Cora. It's not about memorizing. It's not about getting it right. It's about creating a relationship and a dialogue between your spirit guides and the messages on the cards. Now, what's really interesting is that I didn't plan on this. I didn't know you were going to come in with cards today, Cora. That's really funny that you did. But I'm going to be teaching starting September 1st. I'm going to be teaching a tarot reading class. I'm calling it. Hold on a second. I'm going to tell you what I'm calling it. That way I can remember. And if it changes, don't be mad at me. But it's Tarot 101. Learn tarot for self-enlightenment, and guiding others. Right. So it's about using the cards for yourself. And, if you want to use it for other people, there will be some tools in there to help you use it for other people. So I'll put a link to learn more information about that, what you need to do to learn more information about that. Anyway, yeah. So I want to thank you so much for joining me today, Cora. I know that you've got some stuff going on. You've got a student that you've got to meet with. You've got the goats that are bang your name. You've got the donkey there, and then of course you've got the cats, and you've got your beautiful dog. I saw a picture of your dog the other day, and I'm like, what picture of that is a polo? What picture of a polo did I put up that I didn't realize I put up? And that was your dog. Our dogs look a lot alike. It just cracked me up.
They do, don't they? Yeah. I know. They both have that really pretty golden coat, and they both just have those happy, just go lucky faces. And yeah, I love when you put pictures of Apollo up. Yeah. And did you see we got a new rescue dog a couple of months ago? He's a little October, he'll be a year, but he's a Jack Russell Yorkie mix. His name is Donut.
Oh my gosh, I have not seen Donut's picture.
Oh, wait, hold on. Come here, Donut.
Wait, no, Cora, yes, I did see Donut's picture. Hold on, I'm about to blow this up, okay? Don't worry, I'm about to share my screen right now. Oh, there he is. Hi, Donut. Wait, hold on. Oh, him is so cute. Wait, Cora, pick him up again. Hold on. Pick him up again, because him is too cute. I have to pin your screen. Hold on. Oh, him is so handsome. Oh, you got him a year ago?
No, just a couple months ago. Okay. Yeah, we've had him about 2 months now.
He is so stinking cute. I'm gonna show this picture because I just think it's adorbs. This is the one.
Yep. He just got his haircut yesterday.
Him is so cute. Oh my God. Can I say honestly that dog struck gold when he got adopted by you?
Oh, thank you. Oh, he must agree. Do you hear him? He's barking. He's like, exactly. Yeah, man, I'm happy I came here too.
Yeah, man, exactly. That's awesome. So
Oh, I am so glad to have seen you tonight. You've been doing like a lot of like live stuff on Facebook, and I'm so sorry I haven't been able to get on until now. But I'm so glad we got to connect. I love you.
yeah, no, I love you too, and it's really, really good to catch up like this. You know, I'm
It
still working
is.
out. I'm still working out the schedule. I'm getting ready to move to Paris in 1 month. So
Oh,
September 18th is when my journey begins, and
nice.
yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited, but it means that there's just a lot of stuff going on. Like there are piles of stuff in my house that I'm either selling or donating or just throwing away. And so it's a massive clearing out of stuff and, you know, traveling light. So kind of slimming down. But it means there's a lot of stuff going on. So I'm also doing Facebook Lives in between the move, you see. Yeah. So, Cora, thank you very much for joining me today. It's been great to see you. It's great to hear your voice. It's great to meet Donut. Okay. And it's really awesome to have seen your tools.
Definitely. You know, we wish you nothing but positive energy. Oh, I'm sorry, my internet's a little messed up. I hope you hear me, but we wish you nothing but positive energy. Crystal Lynn, you and Apollo,
Thank
have a
you.
great time with your move. And you know, you are welcome to the farm anytime you want to come to Tennessee.
I would love it. Go to Baxter, Tennessee, baby. Yes. I know Apollo would love that. He would love to hang out there on that farm, although he would terrorize everybody. All right. Thank you so much, Cora. And thanks so much for watching. We'll catch up with you all in 2 weeks. We'll be back for Teetotaling Tuesdays. If you want to sign up, just click the link. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye for now. Bye, everybody.